you very much, Senedd Debate, and I would like to thank Plaid Cymru for tabling this debate this afternoon on a very important and pertinent issue. Apart from a few on the fringes of society, there is no one on this planet who can deny the calamities facing us. From the changing climate which threatens regular extreme weather events like the flooding which devastated my constituency at the start of this year, to the massive decline in nature which has seen the loss of countless species. How we act over the next few decades will determine the viability of life on Earth. However, we have to ensure that we not only do the right thing, but we do it in the right way. And we all remember the disastrous policies of the Blair-Brown era, which promoted diesel engines in a misguided attempt to control carbon emissions. We are still dealing with the fallout from that fiasco today. And how many children died or suffered long-term health effects from the rise in particulates and nitrogen oxides. We have to ensure that what we do today doesn't have unintended consequences. Otherwise, we will have failed to learn from the lessons of the past. The Industrial Revolution led to massive benefits for mankind, but also led to untold damage to the only place humans can call home, planet Earth. We cannot continue to make the same mistakes. Even on a micro level, we must ensure the actions we take to limit damage to our climate and nature does not cause unnecessary damage to lives and livelihoods. The 10 largest global corporations are responsible for 70% of emissions, but it won't be their bank balances that suffer as we tackle climate change. It will be the poorest in society who will share the heaviest burden. While there is no alternative to net zero, getting there will have an astronomical price tag. It will ensure an increased cost for basic necessities such as food and fuel. We are seeing those effects now. My constituents, some of the poorest in the Western world, could be hit the hardest. How will a retired couple in Rhyl afford to pay for retrofitting a replacement to their gas heating because we lack the foresight we have failed to invest in the technology that will address these issues? Our R&D spend is woeful. And that is why a Welshman had to travel to America to develop electric vehicles. Hopefully the Welsh Government can persuade the CEO of Lucid Motors to come back to Wales, and I can highly recommend St Asaph Business Park. Everything Welsh Government does should not only be focused on tackling our environmental woes, but also to consider the wider implications. By not rebuilding Llannet Bridge in my constituency sooner, we are adding to the congestion and pollution, as well as denying local residents access to active travel. By asking councils to pursue a rewilding policy, we fail to consider the consequences of turning a green space used for exercise and play into a wildflower meadow. It's great for bees, but not so great for boys and girls. Every policy has a place, but Welsh Government must ensure a holistic approach, and we must avoid unintended consequences. Diolch yn fawr.